Who is it? Vinny!
Hey, dude, are you there?
Hey, what's up,
I'm
my
here,
brother?
man.
How are you,
Dude,
man?
I don't have a scary story, man. I was like, I'm gonna have pretty much a heart attack. I'm like having a heart attack, but I can't scream or anything. Basically, laying on the floor, panicking. Pretty much a heart attack.
Oh!
No, you weren't. You built the place. I haven't seen the Hopi in thousands of years. Don't make fun of my people. Period.
Sorry,
I'll
Brandon.
pull out your ass and cut you up into little bitty bits.
Facebook page down because people said Richie from Boston's gay. He's gay. I'm gay. I'm a gay man.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, you can prosecute me for that if you like.
No, it's not why I'm doing that. I'm just saying there's a lot of...
That is what you did. Bigelow started buying websites, including one in British Columbia, Canada. So all of a sudden, this kind of triggered Brian Vike.
Welcome back to Third Phase of the Moon. Blake Cousins here. We've got a special report for you. We've got a few UFO videos that we want to share with you.
Welcome back, everybody. Blake Cousins, along with Orlando Smith and Brent Cousins, we're going to be going over incredible imagery.
Third phase of the moon. Third phase of the moon.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
All right, all right, all right. I knew I forgot something. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is UK Saturday show. And the green screen. Yeah, one last time. That's right. How'd that get there? You ask all these questions and we just got started. I don't care if you see it. It's a professional show. We do everything. It's Saturday. And you made it. And I don't know why this is taking forever for the green screen to disappear. But it is. 3, 2, gush all over the UFO threat. I'm excited for today's show. It's actually a good one. Yeah. Sometimes they're hit and miss. More hit than miss. But today's exciting. Got some good things. I mean, look at that. I mean, this thing really happened. That's not even a fake picture. It's unbelievable. We're going to talk about this apparent UFO threat in many ways. I mean, not like I've been doing, just showing you some stuff. No, I didn't whip up any magic carpet ride or anything like that. It's pretty much going to be just like every other show, just some interesting stuff to talk about. And I welcome everybody here. I appreciate it because it is November 13th, 2021. It is Saturday. And before it gets dark out, we're going to round out the peak of our weekend with a little goof on, schmoof on talk. That's right. It's goof on. For me to poop on. All engines running, Mr. DB Cooper 77 says for a $5 super chat. That's right, Mr. DB Cooper. You can help support Goof On with exactly what he did there. Super chat, super sticker. Hey, you want to use PayPal, Cash App? Go right ahead. All the links are in the description. They're on the homepage of Goof On, just look for the About button to the right. Click on it, and the links are there. If you want to do that, you're more than welcome. Thank you, Mr. DB Cooper, for all your continued support. A huge week, and I can't thank you enough. But this video should make us even right there. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Hey, what's this already? Beginning of the show, we're starting off hot. You guys are incredible. Easy E with a $10 super chat. Easy E021. I'm still here, Rich. Meatballs? Yeah, hold on. Ma? Meatballs! Easy E! She got it. Thank you, man. Appreciate the continuing support from you as well. Thank you. And a big mucho gusto generoso. Right there, so. Thanks, Easy E. Continuing supporter of Goof On. So, we'll wait for that. Okay. Thanks, man. Continuing supporter, mucho gusto generoso. So, let's do roll call real quick. Hey, Mr. DB Cooper, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Felicia the Beautiful Flores. Welcome to the show. Jack Allen, how do you do? Welcome to the show. Coraline, how do you do there? Missy, good to see you. Welcome to the show. Hey, Tractor Basil, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah. And welcome to the show. Off-World Adam, welcome to the show. Area 503, Manny. From Area 503, go check out that website. You'll be our website, YouTube channel, Area 503, Gush. Thank you. Who's this? Julianne Ferguson, size 88. Welcome to the show. I like seeing you here. Unidentified S5. I like seeing everybody here. I don't know why I said that, but you know what I mean. Welcome to the show, US4. Hoogadarn. Welcome to the show. Complaisir. Welcome to the show. Very nice. Very nice. Everybody's rounding out the... let's see who came in through the front door. Helen Crystal Energy's here. Welcome to the show. Jennifer Siami. Send a salami to your boy Niami. Welcome to the show. Sky Allen, welcome to the show. Mark Todd. I don't know if I said it, but if I didn't, I'll say it again. Welcome to the show. Ghost Rider. How you doing, eh? Welcome to the show. Anthony Da Vinci Code. Welcome to the show. Joe. Welcome to the show. Uber Barbie. Welcome to the show. Original Seed. I like that. Welcome to the show. And Gigi Abby-Lynn, a continuing supporter of Goof On, just did a $5 triple nickels. Enjoying the show. Thanks, Rich. Well, thank you. Gigi, you've been here like, I think every night for a long time. I'm not talking like a month or two. I'm talking a continuing supporter. I mean, amazing. You guys are the best. And I'll talk about you here in a little bit. Not you, I mean everybody. Nah, maybe I won't. Welcome to the show. Bethany Cohn, welcome to the show. Gustav Van Vuren, welcome to the show. Derek Atkins, welcome to the show. And, hey, Mike Johnson. That's a California $7. We always have an awesome group here. That's true. That is a very nice and very truthful super chat, and also a continuing supporter of Goof On. We appreciate it. That goes right into the Goof On. Give me that. Right into the kitty. Thank you very much. And the kitty... It's there's some things that that I'm gonna be doing. All right, so I am going to go to the launch place over there near Orlando, where NASA is, where they do the launches. Yeah, I'm gonna go there very soon, and then I'm also gonna on the same weekend go to Disneyland to the Pandora exhibit or whatever it is. And we're going to make some videos while I'm down there, hopefully interview some people. I am still planning on going to the Capitol. I want to wait and hear what Lou has to say. I want to know if this announcement's coming out. That kind of stepped in and took precedent because I want to see something's going to be announced. I want to know what it is, and then I'll go over to the Capitol. It goes all over George Washington's face. I don't know what that means. But we're still doing stuff. But I'm very excited. You know, I got into this field for one reason, to showcase the things I was capturing on video. That was the whole intention. But it turned into what we have today, and that is being pushed into a corner and having to fight back to give you the truth. And I can't blame government for what they're doing, because we know that they think everything's a threat, even you and me and everybody else. That's their job. They have to protect their investment, not ours, theirs. And the investment is this country, because it's a cash cow. And you want to think anything else, go right ahead. But we have an infrastructure that gets a D- rating for bridges, tunnels, and roadways. They're awfully under repair and falling apart. I would not dare cross any of the bridges that are at least 20 feet or higher, because something bad's going to happen very soon. And whatever that $1.2 trillion infrastructure deal, that isn't even going to put a dent into anything. That will help 2 states, maybe 3. That's it. I'm telling you. But we're in a country where the government plays like they know everything, and they are telling us what we should follow, what we should watch, what we should eat. They're telling us if we're getting too many carbs or not enough carbs, and we shouldn't drink milk, or we should have 8 glasses of water a day. Then we find out, well, that's too much. Maybe we shouldn't have it. Not everybody needs that amount. And then we find out a lot of things that they said turn out to be the opposite. So you're like, Jesus, are they lying on purpose? I don't understand this. Sugar's good, sugar's bad, sugar's real bad, sugar's good again. I mean, I don't know. Unless you're diabetic. But I think sugar's supposed to be bad. But why is our fruit sugary? We need that. Not artificial, but I don't know, man. I don't know. All I'm saying is these people have taken control of ufology the last couple of years, and I don't like it. I think they're lying to us. You know that I do. But when I got into this field, it wasn't about the lying or what anybody was doing. It had nothing to do with that. But in a very short minute, within a week or 2 of me starting up a show, I couldn't believe what I found out. And people weren't asking me anything about my videos. They were just taking them, looking at them, and going, yep, that's good. We'll put that on the front page. He didn't even ask me anything about it, even though I do give a detailed report, but he couldn't have read it that quick. Nor read it at all, come to find out. Coast to Coast posted a couple of articles. I guarantee it, they don't know anything about these UFOs or whatever you want to call them nowadays. Andy Gambino with a 5-pounder. Here, kitty, he says, a continuing supporter, and made the new intro, which you'll hear next Monday, or Monday coming up, for the show. And I altered the video quite significantly, so it is a little different than the preview you saw. Wasn't really going for it. For a 1-minute intro, I need that thing to be really good, not okay. I thought it was okay. Thanks, Andy. Continuing supporter of Goof On. Mucho gusto. Generoso. Why is that still... Did these things get longer or what? Now, I'm not going to go into this whole thing about me, because I've said it so many times, even though we have new people coming here all the time. But screen fell over there. I don't really care. Let the whole thing fall. I don't care. Look at the closet behind me for this show. I don't give a shh. Don't say it. But, we live in a weird time. I've always been sensitive. I wear my emotions on my sleeves, and obviously you see that, even if I'm wearing very short sleeves, which is never the case. But I could cry at a commercial, or I could be the same guy and see that same commercial and be a dick about it. You never know. It's not that I'm mentally insane. It's just depends on the mood I'm in. I used to be very moody. I've calmed down over the years. Most of you probably know that just watching this show. Have been around even just the last year. But one thing I will not tolerate, and one thing that I know you would not like to tolerate, is the continual lying. Now you're going to say, well, do you have any proof that Lou is lying? Yeah, because everything he said hasn't come true. Tell me one thing that he's done for ufology other than the 3 videos, which aren't even real UFOs. Let's start off with that, right? They're not even real UFOs. They know what they are. If they wanted to show us real UFOs, they would show us that supposed 23-minute video Lou keeps talking about, which we will never see, which is in HD, by the way. So don't think for a minute that your government cares about what you think when it comes to UFOs or UAPs, whatever you're calling them. But it started out with a lie. It started out, I'm just talking since TTSA came up and Lou came around. Everything before that, same thing. It's just some people weren't here. It's a whole different crowd than before. But let me tell you something. Ufology has not changed at all. It's not any better. It's not any worse. You could say it's a lot better. In the same breath, say it's gotten way worse because there's a lot more people in it now because of social media like Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and everything else that's out there. TikTok. So there's more people, but the percentages of good and bad are the same. So don't be confused that ufology is much better. It's not. The information gets disseminated very quickly nowadays. People have very quick triggers, and they automatically are saying hoax, hoax, hoax before they even know. I don't say hoax anymore. I said, what's this bullshit? Or that's an airplane. A hoax is a lot different than a misidentification. But a misidentified purposeful hoax is the worst. You misidentified something you thought was a UFO, and then you realized it wasn't, so you stopped recording, and then you purposely showed the world the part that you thought was a UFO and left out the part where it came into view, and you could easily tell it was an airplane. That's pretty sneaky. That's a hoax. But there's many more misidentifieds than there are hoaxes. So I take these sightings, for what they are. Regular people just capturing stuff for the most part that they don't understand. Not everybody has 20,000 hours looking at the sky. Not everybody has 1,000 hours looking at the sky. As a matter of fact, people are looking down on their phones more than they're looking straight ahead. Walking into walls, people's traffic, car doors, sliding doors. I've seen it everywhere I go. People walking into other people. Oh, I'm sorry. Nobody pays attention to what we do. But when it gets on mainstream media every day like it was, and they're saying there's a threat that's coming our way, and we don't know when it'll happen, but we know that it's happening to our pilots. We have shown you evidence. No, you haven't. We have shown you reports. We have shown you radar. Did we show these people anything? No. But now we're getting this magical office, the SOD inside the DOD at the Pentagon, that's replacing the UAPTF. Why, I ask you? Why? What's the purpose? Well, when it goes inside the government and it's solidified and funded by our tax dollars, mind you, okay? We're paying for it. Whatever's going to happen, if it happens, apparently it is. But when it happens, nothing changes. And Lou is given the illusion that things are going to change just because they have to report to Congress annually and show Congress what they learned. Even as far as going into injuries by UFOs or UAPs in their instance, and other things that are rather exciting to you and me, but we'll never get to see the real evidence. Do you think, because Lou said there were pilots he talked to and other people, I just read it yesterday, that Lou would ask them questions and they would come up to Lou sometimes and be like, Lou, you won't believe it. This thing got 50 feet away from me. I went home, I had a sunburn on my face for 4 days. Are you kidding me? Is he really using that story from Close Encounters of the Third Kind? See, don't you think that is the way they're telling us the truth? By saying something as stupid as that is so obvious it's from the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Hey, Richard Dreyfuss still worked for the government. He was working as for the energy grid. I think he was working for Con Ed or something like that. Well, anything that goes through that office will never get to us if it's real significant. And that has nothing to do with the announcement that's coming. But this is the thing that bothers me so much about UFOs and ufology and everything that has to do with it. I know this was a whole week. Last week, I think, too, was a whole week of just, talking about the fraudsters, the liars and all that. I don't want to get into detail on that anymore. You know it. Dolan, Greer, Doty, Lou, Corbell, Nick Pope, they're all in on it. They're all doing their own thing, but they're all in on making money off of what? Lies. The Admiral Wilson files. Bullshit. It's a bullshit thing. It means nothing anymore, and Dolan is still trying to make that thing as an important, it isn't, because you don't have the right proof. It's tainted. Everything's tainted. But if they're going to say the UFOs are a threat, I'm interested. And so is our government. So the office will be going there. In the SOD, Secretary of Defense, going to have an office inside the DOD at the Pentagon soon. 2022. We'll keep an eye on that. But this is nothing new. Don't think that is new. It's nothing new. Right? Didn't they have other departments? ATIP, OSAP, Project Blue Book, Blue Beam, Majestic 12. Where does it end? Project Blue Book. Did I say that? I'll say it again. Blue Book. Where does it end? It never does. All they do is get a different administration in. They tell them, UAPs, ha ha ha, pilots, ho ho ho. How much you need? Drop about 22 million this time. 22 million. That's like 2 bathrooms. That's all we need. And why? Why was it all they needed? Because that was their salaries. I'm embarrassed about the whole thing. I can't believe Lou, because he's given us nothing. He really has. And I don't understand why people think this guy is our savior. He is not. I'm your savior. People like me, truth seekers, is your savior. John Greenwald is a nice savior of his own. Right? Sounded like somebody was trying to get in through my door with a key. Not a lot of us out there. Not a lot. Then you have the other shows. UCR, right? I don't even remember their names. You know the other shows. There's like 10 of them out there. And they all say this. Lou is doing the best job. Lou is getting us this. Lou has brought us this and that and the other thing. Lou did such a good job, he couldn't even get along with Tom DeLonge. You're going to see that pattern, I believe. I think Lou is the problem. I think Lou's ego is bigger than his head. He needs to chill out. Now he's going to put a book out there. It's all bullshit. And by the way, Anjali is definitely writing a book. She's a people person. She studies people. And I think that's what she's doing. She's gathering intelligence on all the people in ufology. It makes sense. She gets angry for no reason. Why? Because she wants the reaction. She makes a mental note, or she watches the show over and over and makes notes. She's going to put a book out on how I fooled everybody, or she's going to write a book about my relationship with aliens, something like that. Anjali, alien entrepreneur. All right. Well, I'm just telling you, I didn't come out here to talk about that all show, but it's important that people understand what Goof On is. And like I said earlier, I was, and I still am a sensitive person, right? But sometimes you have to be a lion to be the lamb that you really are. So, take that into account. I want to show you something here. This is unbelievable. And I don't know how this could be. But Goof On is 3 years old on the 18th. 3 years old. Well, actually, it's not. I think Monday, the 15th, is 3 years. Check this out. This is what the show used to look like when we first started. That's the show. It's the same show, just like ufology, right? It's the same thing, just packaged differently. Doesn't that suck? I hate to tell it to you. I hate it. I have to be the guy to bring the bad news. Nothing changes. It's the same, but different, just like ufology. Now, Monday, when you tune in, you're going to see a whole new office here, a whole new studio. It's going to be nice. And I maybe not the first or second day, but I'll be doing the show live with the DSLR camera on top of it. And I don't think I can do it with the one I have. I don't see any way I can. I don't have a USB connector for it. It's weird. How does a P900 not have a USB connector? I don't know. Maybe Mr. DB Cooper knows? I don't know. I wanted to use that camera for the show, but I can't plug it in anywhere in the camera. Only the charging port. That's it. I don't know. Maybe you could email me what I'm doing wrong, because I don't want to go buy, a $200 cheapo, but it does 4K, but it's still a DSLR. It's better than this thing. I just want to give you guys the clearest version of Goof On. I don't know. I want it to look like TV eventually. But anyway, that was the beginning, and it's interesting how far we've come. Even when I used YouTube,
relative to the concept,
it was white. See, now I use the black background. See, I do everything's all black now, because you can go all dark on YouTube. I like it. I don't like the white. I like the dark. But here it is. November 18th was that show. Kind of wild. I didn't know it was 3 years. I thought we were 2.5, but I guess it's 3 years. We'll have a party. Yeah. Hey, Jackie O. You're the best Goof On. I am the best Goof On there is. Thanks, Jackie. I know what you mean. Thank you so much. A continuing supporter of £5. That's 5 pounds of pure, beautiful love for Goof On. Thank you. And mucho gusto, El Generoso. Or for, not L, but is it L for women? Well, thank you very much, Jackie. Oh, you're here just about every night too, so amazing. What's this, 119 people watching and only 60 likes? Yeah, we need 200 likes a show. Mucho gusto. Grazie, Jackie. Oh, grazie. When there's a new feature on Streamlabs, OBS, when we start back up with the new studio, and they have a way to do donations, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty cool, man, what's happening. I haven't used Streamlabs since April. All right. So, let me get rid of this. I don't know if I showed this. Yeah, I did. So we're done with that. Get rid of that. That's from last night. Moon, goodbye. Moon, goodbye. Jeremy Corbell, goodbye. So, some interesting things hit the news. We're going to talk a little bit about the Phoenix Lights. That could have been a threat, believe it or not. So the doorbell cam that was sent to me from unidentified S4, they did an interview with the guy whose doorbell cam it was. And I have that here for you. Because a lot of people were saying it's fake. Not me. I thought it looked real. But you never know nowadays. But it definitely is real. Check this out. Israel, Tokyo. You know. Am I deaf now? Hello? I don't want to see this. I thought this was like a news. Well, I'll have to read it then. Matt Dowdy got a notification on his phone that his doorbell camera had registered some movement. When he checked the footage, he was shocked to see a triangular UFO over his house. He was shocked after his doorbell camera filmed that triangular UFO flying over his home, and the footage shows a trio of lights moving slowly across the sky. Matt Dowdy, 43, was watching TV with his friend Kevin last month when his phone pinged with the notification from his smart doorbell warning something was outside. He then played the capture footage and was amazed at what he saw. An eerie scene unfolded with an unidentified flying object gliding through the sky with 3 bright lights beaming through the darkness. Logistics manager Matt then called his aviation buff dad, who checked an online flight tracker and claimed there was no plane traffic in the sky at all, leaving him to question if it could be extraterrestrial life. He's from St. Albans, Hertfordshire, said, I was with my friend and said, blimey, I didn't hear the doorbell, but I've got an alert come up. I looked at the footage and I played it back. It was silent. 3 lights came in the sky, and I thought it was really weird. Yeah, that doesn't sound like really good, does it? I looked at the footage and played it back. Oh, I said that. Where it comes through the trees, it comes over the house opposite me, then the footage captures it coming right to left. It disappears over the top of woodland to the left of my house. There he is. Typical regular dude, right? Looks like a Trump supporter. What? Who said that? You did. No, I didn't. I like that they show us the doorbell cam.
T-ball on Friday, swim lessons on Saturday.
And car shopping? How about car shopping right here, right now? Seriously?
All right, I'm going to hurt myself. It was a bit of a chilling feeling, really. I thought, oh my God, that's quite close. I wondered if I'd discover something nobody knows about. When I showed Kevin. He said, geez, that looks like a UFO. Since the clip was posted online Tuesday, it has attracted more than 677 reactions, 330 comments, with some viewers admitting they were stumped. Another person said, I love it. Call me stupid, but I'm convinced it's a UFO. Another social media user said, interesting footage. It doesn't look like a plane. That was me. That was me.
Yep. Car Gurus lets
See,
you shop
she
for
said,
great
yeah.
deals from cars that can be...
Anyway, that footage is real. So stop telling me it's CGI. See? See? That's all. Made in England. Take it. How dare you? You're not supposed to write anything. You just leave it blank and I know to take it. Made in England. Thank you. 4.5 pounds of pleasure. And this is for you. For your 4.5 pounds. Thank you very much. You're a continuing supporter of Goof On, and I thank you for that. Just a little more. There we go. Thank you. That's enough. That's enough. Mucho gusto, generoso. Made in England. I'm assuming you're from England? Thank you, Made in England. Paul Galvin. I always see fake UFOs on my doorbell camera. Then I realized I'd bought a Corbell camera. Wow. That is unbelievably... That is... I'm without words. That is the best thing I've ever heard. It is a Corbell camera. It was there the whole time. I didn't even see it, Paul. Just... See? Stuff like that, it's out there. Perfect jokes are everywhere. That was... Wow. That's the best. A Corbell camera. You would love to hear Rich do a Scousey or Gordy accent? Gordy? Let me see. How does Gordy go? Let me see real quick. I know that one. It'll come to me. You'll know when I say it. Yeah, that was perfect, Paul. The perfect joke. So there was an alien bombshell that was dumped yesterday, or maybe the day before even, and I forgot about it. We didn't talk about it. I don't know how, but sometimes things, they slip by. But we're not going to let it slip by. So, you know who this is, right? Avril Haynes. Avril Haynes is the Director of National Intelligence who oversees all U.S. spy agencies. There's 16 of them, including the FBI and CIA, was speaking out at the Our Future in Space event at Washington National Cathedral. Check it out.
This is Lisa, a 49-year-old mother who completely eliminated her type 2 diabetes in just 4
shut
weeks
up.
using a...
She did not.
Able to understand everything about it, and a large portion of that is based on the fact that we don't have a consistent way of reporting this information. We need to integrate, frankly, a lot of data that we get. We need to get better at collecting information that's useful.
My thing is this, and I am going to interrupt it. I don't care. She is hard to hear. They have the volume so low. She says we have to get better at documenting things? Wait a minute. You know what? I want to believe that statement because it's the government. But how is it not filed away in a place where it's easily accessible for anybody that really can get their hands on it? This is the most ridiculous. That's how you know it's all bullshit.
To us from different sensors that are available to us, and we have to deepen our analysis in these areas, and that's something that, you know, frankly, probably also doesn't surprise you in the sense that that's how we typically approach our intelligence work. And the main issues that Congress and others have been concerned about are basically safety of flight concerns and counterintelligence issues. But of course, there's always the question of, is there something else that we simply do not understand that might come extraterrestrially?
She can't even say it. She can't even say it. Do you see that? Extraterrestrial.
Come extraterrestrially.
Oh, God. I hate
This is
thing.
Lisa, a
Shut
49-year-old
up, I
mother
don't care.
who
It's a
completely
lie.
eliminated
Go
her
scam
type 2
somebody else.
diabetes in just 4
Shut
weeks
up.
using a weird 6...
What Peter Hinckley captured.
God, I freaking hate these things. UFOs buzzing warships and being reported by U.S. pilots could be of alien origin, America's top spy chief has said in a stunning admission. That's insane to say that, don't you think? Think about it. I want you to think about this with me. Just for a second. For 75 years, give or take, our government said we don't investigate. The FBI says, yeah, we don't investigate UFOs. Or they don't exist. And we know that's a lie. We know. I mentioned all the, Project Blue Book, Majestic 12, blah, blah, blah. ATIP, OSAP, bullshit. That's a fact. Now all of a sudden, they're a threat. To us. I mean, they've always been, but now they're just saying it. And now it's a possibility. It just so happens to coincidentally be around the same time that China is showing off their strength as a nation with technology we haven't perfected. And it seems like they did. And I'm talking about that hypersonic rocket that went around the world in an hour and missed its landing point, its target, by only 24 miles, which in the grand scheme of things, that's 0.01% of 25,000 miles around the circumference of the Earth, right? Is it? I think it is. So not bad. 0.01% off the mark. I'll take it. If there was a nuclear warhead attached to that, you would take it too if you were us. Well, we tried testing the same type of technology, and, well, the longest our rocket stayed in the air was 9 minutes. And 6 and 3 minutes afterwards with several tests. So, not looking so good. Which is why the U.S. is not doing business with DJI drones anymore. From China. They were made in China because they were spying on our infrastructure with these drones. Hey, maybe mine for all I know. I don't know. But they had access to the data. They made the technology so they could easily hack it and see everything that's going on anywhere they wanted with the drone. And I'm not talking consumer drones. We're talking about military drones, really, that the military got from this company. So they infiltrated us without stepping foot, without sending a spy, without making themselves known. Same time that Lou Elizondo came around, this threat assessment with DJI in China became a thing. And now we don't do business with that company. Military doesn't. So, do you think that it's possible they got the technology from us, being in places they shouldn't have been, learning things that they couldn't figure out? But when they added our technology with whatever it was they had figured out, well, success. That's what I think happened. The coincidence is too great. And for them to come out with Lou Elizondo saying UAPs are a threat, because we don't know what it is. They know what it is. And they're letting us know there's a threat out there that they can't stop if anything goes wrong. Hey, we told you. We didn't know. I'm sorry about that nuke that went off over in Atlanta, but that wasn't us, and it wasn't China or Russia, so it must be the aliens. You'll see. That possibility is strong. Now, I'm not a major influencer in ufology or even anywhere really, just, within our little circle of friends. But I think if we were huge, I would probably get in big trouble for saying something like that. I don't know. But it's a fact that these coincidences are just too coincidental. Well, that's a coincidence. I'm telling you. We've seen pictures of airplanes that have been hit by unknown objects, buzzed by what seemed like a hypersonic rocket back in February. Southwest Airlines, I think it was, or United, something like that. Hey, Albert Lopez, 10 pounds. All right. Thank you very much, Alberto Lopez. My apologies, sir. Thank you very much. AL in the house. And a supporter now of Goof On. Mucho gusto generoso. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's give you this. That gush coming out of the sky down to the ground where it lands. Goof On found. Thank you very much. Mucho gusto generoso. Alberto Lopezo. That's 10 pounds. That's really nice, actually. Now we have Miss Haynes, who is talking about the threat. Could be extraterrestrial. Can you believe this? Can you actually believe this is being talked about? Listen, watch.
Yeah!
I swear on myself. I swear. I hate it. That's why I hate playing these.
About it, and a large portion of that is based on the fact that we.
A large portion of that? Am I hearing her correct?
Of that is based on the fact.
A large portion?
About it, and a large portion of that is based.
What is a portion? Is that a Martian in pieces?
Based on the fact that we don't have a consistent way of reporting this.
We do have a consistent way of reporting it. Just report it, file it, done. How hard is this? Oh yeah, that's right, it's the government.
Information, we need to integrate, frankly, a lot of data that we get. We need to get better at collecting information that's useful to us from different sensors.
You have it all. Did IQs just drop in the last few days? Did really, seriously, is this what we're hearing? We need to do better? So, UFOs are buzzing around. The Russell, the Eisenhower, in 2004, whatever that stupid ship was. Buzzing around, but yet we need to do a little better. Yeah, the most historic of all events, aliens buzzing around our Navy. We need to do a little better. A little better. We need to put an office, maybe the SOD inside the DOD, the Pentagon. Does that sound good? Right? Pentagon? All right. We're going to do that, she says. Un-effing. It's so stupid!
That are available to us, and we have to deepen our analysis in these areas, and that.
Deepen our analysis? It's UAP! They're from another country, another world, another planet, another galaxy, maybe another dimension, as Lou has said recently and before. Oh, no, we gotta do a little better. We gotta do better. Shut off. Who believes this shit? The Honorable? How about let's get a... I can't.
It's something that, frankly, probably also doesn't surprise you in the sense that that's how we typically approach our intelligence work. And the main issues that Congress and others have been concerned about are basically safety of flight concerns and counterintelligence issues. But of course, there's always the question of, is there something else that we simply do not understand that might come extraterrestrially?
She can't even say it because it's a lie. Well, I'll take that back. It could be extraterrestrial. She just doesn't believe that she has to say this. She doesn't want to. I mean, you don't have to be a body language expert or an expert at lie detecting to see this idiot speaking about UFO. Yeah, idiot. Because they're all lying. Anybody who lies is an idiot. You could be the smartest liar. You could be Lou. He's an idiot. Don't care. Don't care. He won't talk to me. I already know that. You know how I know? Because he doesn't reply when I hashtag him the way he replies to UFO Jesus. And I'm not being a dick either. Hey, Mr. Bridges, a $5. I got her treat right here. Ma! I need a dirty treat. Bridget, yeah, she's watching. Hey, William Bridges, a major supporter, continuing supporter of Goof On. Thank you very much. And you get one of these. All right, all right, all right. Mucho gusto, generoso, Mr. Bridges. So, a continuing supporter of Goof On. Grazie, grazie. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. You guys are really generous. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, I do. Doesn't this bother you? Do you not see? Am I wrong about this? Am I wrong? I always wonder if I'm a little bit too emotional about these things. But I don't think I am. I think I'm pretty level-headed. I get animated, I get angry to hear this stuff. Hey, Robert Morgan, too, with $2, you gave me a flat tire. Hey, gosh, how did I do that? It's not my fault. You don't need to. You can listen. There's nothing to see here. What, are you driving and watching? I did that today. I was watching a couple of things too. Robert Morgan, a continuing supporter and a nice friend to Goof On, $2. I gave him a flat tire. At Gush. I like the way you said the Gush there. Thank you, man. A continuing supporter. Mucho gusto, generoso, Robert Morgan. So, grazie, grazie. So I don't believe what I'm hearing. It's silly. What is this? Oh, okay. You guys are... So, hey, Area 503, what's up? Paul Gargo... Oh, it just jumped on me. Ivan Freely. No, what happened? Yeah, it is Paul. She will be a hot topic along with Lou and the CIA. Yeah. She already is. Everybody's talking about it. Amazing. Did I leave anything else out on this? So, while the report, which analyzed, the 180 days, 144 sightings, did not explicitly spell out a possible alien connection, it did not rule it out either, as the mystery continues. Ms. Haynes appeared to crack the door open even further for a possible alien link at the event where she spoke alongside NASA Chief Bill Nelson, who, by the way, should be put in a half Nelson, leading expert Professor Avi Loeb, and the world's second richest man, Jeff Bezos. Oh my God. I don't like Avi Loeb. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I don't care where he works. I don't care what he does. I don't care who he is. I think everything that's going on with that project that they're trying to launch, what is it? Doesn't matter. It'll never last. Something will not come out of it. They're going to look at stuff in deep into interstellar space, light years away, and they're going to say, I see a Muamua. Well, it looks like an Muamua object. I don't know. It's kind of elongated. Oh, wait, we're out of focus a little. She admitted there remains things about the strange encounters with which the intelligence community simply does not understand, highlighting the need for more investigation. The main issues that Congress and others have been concerned about is safety of flights, concerns, and counterintelligence issues. Always, there's also the question of, is there something else that we simply do not understand, which might come extraterrestrially? And it says here, Ms. Haynes appears to hesitate when mentioning the word extraterrestrial. It's word, not world. God, they can't even spell right anymore in this world. Look. When mentioning the word, not world, I see so many spelling errors from magazines and mainstream shit that I'm quite shocked. When I was growing up, you'd never see a spelling error. If you did, oh boy, that person got fired. Now it's like, well, they're trying. It's okay. It's just one little letter. But now she's become the most senior person in the intelligence community to hint at an alien leak. Did you not see the danger in this as far as the lie? The only danger is them hiding evidence. That's the danger I'm talking about. That's it. Now, the Phoenix Lights. This was sent to me by Bernie. That's all I got. But this next article about the Phoenix Lights, they could have been a threat. That's a threat. A big 1 to 2 mile wide craft silently floating over the fastest growing city in the world. Actually, the state in the country. I don't know what I'm saying. But from Las Vegas to Kingman, Arizona, to Sedona, Payson, Phoenix. And they say it went to Tucson, but it didn't. It never went to Tucson because there's no evidence of it. And I've never seen a witness from Tucson come up and say they saw these lights. Now, I don't want you to get confused because there's 2 sightings that happened on March 13th, 1997. The real one, which was at 8:15, and the fake, the distraction, was at 10:05 p.m. Those are the flares. That's the famous video you all saw. Don't be confused. But new evidence pops up every now and then. And although I don't think this is anything new, because I think this came out, 2017? But we didn't talk about this. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, hey, Aaron Morrison with the $2 super sticker. Oh, I didn't check out the room. It's going to take a second for it to populate. I want to thank everybody. This is Saturday in the UK. Start a little earlier on Saturday for you folks there, so you can have an earlier show and not be up at 2, 3 a.m. watching this. So that's why we're on early. And thank you, Aaron Morrison. And let me see if your super chat... Oh, it's a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, mucho gusto generoso. And now a supporter of Goof On. Well, we'll do this one for you. Grazie, I take your money. Group. Thank you. Right here. It's a beautiful. Thanks, Aaron. And there's another one? Yeah, there is. Hey, Russman 19 COVID. Russman 1966, 2 years older than me. Love this UK friendly time slot. I just was saying that. Unbelievable. Thank you very much. 2.5 pounds. You're not kidding. That is a very generous. Mucho gusto. No. That's the wrong one. This one, because he's on another. If you're from another country, you get a different looking money. Yeah, it's the Reserve Bank of India. I know. Thanks, Russman 1966. NOK with a huge... Oh, that's $5. That's huge. It looks like I thought it was 50. Hey, my friend from Rat Wolf, you need to inform yourself better. Galileo Project will search in close orbit as well as far away and different. No, I didn't say. I just mentioned the one part that bothers me. They're not. You mean close orbit? It doesn't matter if they're close, far away. They're not going to find anything. And I tell you what's going to happen with that project. By the way, I understand what you're saying, and I am informed. The Galileo Project, who cares about shit they're never going to see or find? The thing is, there's no need for it. And how many telescopes are they going to put around? 20, 30, 5, 2? Nobody knows. They're going to need funding. They're going to need upkeep and maintenance on these things. They're going to need operators and people who know what they're talking about. They're going to have to hire. This is an expensive project. I'll be surprised if it gets off the ground and actually is a thing like SETI. SETI should call it quits. The odds that another alien civilization came up and came out with the same technology as radio waves, AM and FM and all that stuff, the odds of that happening, that it's impossible. It's just not feasible. It is so ridiculous. 13 billion years, right? And we've been around about 4 billion. And man's only been around for a blink. Really. 30,000 years out of the caves, 20,000 years ago probably. We don't know. And that shit keeps changing too. Oh, well, we only know that, went out 5,000, but Göbekli Tepe, wow, 15,000 years could be even more. They don't know. They're lying, Rat Wolf. But I appreciate the input. Always open to another way of thinking. Mucho gusto, generoso. What do we give you out there? Rat Wolf. Yeah. Yeah, I like it when people tell me what I need to do. I need to inform myself better. You'll see. You'll see. I'm never wrong. And when I'm wrong, I admit it. But so far, nothing's happened. Just remember that. I don't think it'll be anything that will happen. The Galileo project is going to be a weak-ass project. I tell you what might happen, though. I may be wrong, because they're going to come out just to get everybody excited and say, we found something. And then, after further analysis, we have realized it was just a rock, and it's just, tumbling differently than other rocks. Well, where was this rock? In the asteroid belt. What? Well, of the Oort cloud. The Oort cloud? You mean the thing that's 300 light years away? Or something. It's far. Yeah. Oh, we saw it in the Oort cloud. Anyway, the Phoenix lights. There were 2 events that night, like I said. A V pattern of lights that flew across state, north-south, across Phoenix about 8:30. And a second set of 9 lights seemed to hover over Phoenix before apparently disappearing. Why did I bring this out? After the V, which wasn't talked about or disputed as much as the hovering lights, it never was disclosed who was flying those planes. According to Ortega's report, Luke Air Force radar operators said there was nothing unusual on radar, and a formation of 5 planes traveling at high altitude above Sky Harbors and outside of Luke's restricted airspaces would not have been considered unusual. Nobody bothered to request the radar information from the FAA within 2 weeks, when such records were routinely deleted, so it'll never be known exactly who or where those planes came from. However, the claim by UFO hunters was that this was some miles-long UFO, obviously alien, didn't pan out. Some people thought all the lights were part of one craft, but an analysis of the videotape made it clear that they were moving together in a formation, but they were independent of one another. Wait, what? There is no video of the Phoenix Lights. Oh my God, they're talking about the flares. Mitch Stanley says under magnification, Stanley could clearly see that each light split into pairs, one each on the tips of squarish wings. Even under the telescope's power, the planes appeared small, indicating they were flying high. Stanley says he followed the planes for about a minute, then turned his telescope to more interesting objects. Oh, this is the guy that came out, the only guy out of 10,000 witnesses that were documented who says they were planes, and everybody focuses on this guy. It's the most unbelievable plant I've ever seen. And he stuttered when he said it, so F you, you POS. This is just out of control. Everything is a lie. Everything will be deemed a lie. Everything is not what it seems. I'm telling you, Avi Loeb and his new teammates, Lou and Mellon, and I think Keen too, this is a bullshit scam. But he's a very high caliber person. He works at, Harvard. Let me ask you something. Who's telling the truth then? Not me. I'm saying who is telling the truth? And why would we believe them? That's what you have to ask. I didn't see the lights, but Eric, I didn't see the Phoenix Lights. I was there. I was mad. And what I did every night, I went outside and waited for them to come back. And on April 14th, a month after the Phoenix Lights, me and my girlfriend at the time, Leanne, we were just about to make some steaks on the grill right at midnight. And she goes, "What is that?" And I turned around and there was an orange disc-shaped object where the lights were on the outside and then they went in. It was like this, they went in and then out and then in, and it kept going in and out and going like this, Oh yeah, like a butthole, right? So the lights were out on the edge and then they went in. Then it went out and in. And my camera was about 10 feet away. And I'm dancing like this while I'm looking up at it. And then it was going very fast. So I decided to watch it instead of missing it. And we lived right at like a mile away from the bottom of the McDowell Mountains where it flew over. And right at midnight, it went over the mountains. And the orange light from the craft was so big, it lit up about half of the mountain as daylight. And you could see the greenery of the cactus and the brown of the dirt. It was bright. And that was it. It was gone. It went behind the mountain. And she started laughing. She's like, "Oh my God, what did we just see? Oh my God, Richie." And I'm like, "I think we saw a UFO. As a matter of fact, I don't know anything that looks like that." Now, I didn't call anybody, but I did look for reports. There were no reports. And that was April 14th, 1997. I have one of the best stories that you never heard about from my parents. And I'll tell this because it is amazing and I have document of what happened before on video. I have to find it. But my parents built a house, and they built it up in this place called Troon. It's like a whole golf course community. And they were on one side of a mountain that their backyard fell down And then it went across about a quarter of a mile, and then it came up. And that, you know, like a little swoop, and there was a little valley in between the homes. And they had a view of Phoenix from there. So when I would go over and stare out the panoramic windows or go in the backyard, it was just beautiful. And I was just new to UFOs in 2004. So everywhere I went, I brought my cameras with me. And in September, I was at their house, and I was in the backyard, and I saw what looked like a light across the ridge on top of the other ridge, about a quarter of a mile away, maybe a little less than that. But it wasn't that far away. And inside, and in the bushes, I see what looks like a light. And as the sun was going down, I saw the light. It was dim. So I recorded it. And my parents are telling me, yeah, we noticed this light, and it's there every night. My dad goes, it's there every night, Richie. Yeah, we don't know what it is. I go, and you watch it? Yeah, we watch it. It doesn't do anything. Oh, I wonder if it's like a, an entry to a cave or maybe something like that. I don't know. It's weird. So I was over there on Thursday, went back Sunday for another dinner. And the light is a little brighter. And I go, hey, man. I go, is that brighter? Yeah, it's gotten brighter. Yeah, it's interesting, right? What's over there? Can we find out? And I said, well, I would go over there. No, don't go over there, my dad says, because that's real desert, and I don't have boots. I'd have to go buy boots so I don't get bit by snakes and whatnot. Forget it. It is treacherous. And I wasn't going to go over to the light. So I pulled up all the satellite images of that whole area. Nothing. It just looks like everywhere else. There was no mound of rocks. There was no posts. Nothing. Again, it was a satellite image. So a couple of days goes by, and I go back over there, and this thing was really bright. And my parents are like, yeah, we don't know. We called somebody. Nobody ever came out. And I'm like, who'd you call? Oh, we just called the security at the front. I'm like, security? Oh, good. Thank God. Oh, no. Well, what if they called somebody? Nah, they didn't care. The guy didn't really even pay attention. He's like, all right. He thought it was a street light or something. I go, on the ground? Hey, what am I supposed to do? There's a light in the bush. He said, all right. So that night, at 3 a.m., my phone rings. And I live 45 miles away from them south in Chandler, Arizona at the time. Just bought a house. And I hear my mother screaming, Richie! I'm like, what? She goes, they're over here. You're not going to believe it. I'm like, what are you talking about? What's wrong? You know the light in the bush? And I go, yeah. She's like, they're taking it out. They just took it out. And then my dad is yelling in the background. He goes, they're carrying it away. They got the Chinook helicopters out here. There's people everywhere. Army. And they got flashlights. They're telling us to stay back. And they took it out of the ground, Richie. Can you see it? They called me because the helicopters were heading my way, carrying this light in a harness that they pulled out of the ground. I said, let me go outside. Well, I didn't go outside. I went to my second-story window, which looked in that direction, and I could look up. I looked out the window. And I said, wherever they went, they're not coming this way. No, they're coming right over there. And I'm like, they could have turned. All right, just wanted to let you know they took the light. It's gone. There's just like the army's out here or something. To this day, still don't know what they took out of the ground. That a light was progressively getting brighter and brighter over weeks. It reminds me of War of the Worlds, you know? Rat Wolf, another, with that attitude, we should all quit. Right. I know, I say it all the time. What am I doing here? I get you don't believe in it, but it funded private. I believe PR initiatives are good. Lou's involvement not needed. But if you believe PR initiatives are good, they need a spokesperson of somebody who seems to be credible in the field, and they try to prop Lou up as somebody who worked in a top secret UFO field or whatever entity called ATIP. And we all know Lakatsky and OSAP was the real UFO team that also dealt with the private. Not only private, I mean public. I always ask everybody here, I say I want to quit every day. But thank you for the super chat again. Appreciate that. Good points. I mean, I can't argue with what you're saying other than the fact that I haven't seen any proof. Thanks, man. Mucho gusto generoso. Lou has not brought anything to the table. Christopher Mellon, his dad was part of, or Lou, no, hold on, let me go back. Let's not forget whose dad, Lou's dad, was part of Gitmo, wasn't he? Guantanamo Bay? He ratted his own teammate out. That's who Lou was taught by. His dad, the traitor. Christopher Mellon and his family go way back. Silver spoon shit. Dirty as they come. And you want me to believe that they're doing something good for ufology? And now that these people are with Avi Loeb, don't you think that's going to make it dirty and disgusting? And we're not going to see everything. The reason Lou is in there is to protect. Well, if it's a threat, we don't want anybody to know. It's all a lie. It's a scam. It gives Lou a little more of that ET credibility when he has none. By signing up with Avi Loeb and the Galileo Project. It's a bullshit PR thing. You know it, I know it. It's all... They're the threat, as far as I'm concerned. They're the threat. So, UFOs that are seen hovering above warships and being reported by U.S. pilots. I mean, that could be of alien origin. Don't get me wrong. It could be. But the evidence doesn't match. Corbell gave us nothing. Elizondo gave us nothing. All of ufology is a nothing burger. And it makes me sad. But the reason I'm in this, Rat Wolf, is because I myself am an experiencer. And I know some of you are. And millions of people have had abduction experiences, have seen things. It's not all aliens with me and UFOs. It's, I think, ghosts, spirits, all that shit, shadow people. I think it's all connected. Hey, Fred Depp. That's a $5 right there. You just took it. You didn't care to say anything. You didn't want to put a little picture up and a sticker. You just took it and flicked it. Flicked it at me. I love those. Thank you for the continuing support. Mucho gusto, generoso, Fred Depp. A continuing supporter of Goof On. Of course. Of course. Appreciate that. Right. Ninja Realm. They know nothing. Corbell made it up for fame. Corbell's just a puppet. Corbell's just a puppet. He is supposed to take the place of George Napster. His mentor, remember? This whole thing it's a facade. It makes me mad. But pilots, commercial and military, they are seeing some really weird stuff. And we can't, like Foo Fighters, for instance. Let's go back to World War II. And then you could go right into the Vietnam War, to the Korean War. They saw these Foo Fighters and several other types of weird UFOs that do not seem to be man-made, in my opinion. There was a Vietnam story where, I can't remember, patrol boats were chased down by some bright lights, and they fired their guns at it. You know, they had these... It did nothing to the light, but the bullets were reflected back onto that ship. It's weird stuff. So, here's something I want to play for you. The rest of the show is going to be playing videos, so let's have some fun. It's getting really serious. We tried to warn you, is what anonymous official said in this video.
You will be able to teleport instantly as a hologram, to be at the office without a commute, at a concert with friends, or in your parents' living room to catch up. You're going to really feel like you're there with other people. You'll see their facial expressions or body language, Zuckerberg said. The future of the internet is going to be virtual, and Meta, the company known to the public as Facebook, believes that 1 billion people will be working and playing in the immersive, three-dimensional world referred to as the metaverse.
This is what I'm waiting for. I just talked to somebody about this last night. I want this to be our reality. And it will be before the end of the decade. It is the next way we communicate. I'm going to be doing my show, and you're going to be in the room with me if you choose to be. And we're going to be able to, like, we're really in the same place. It's coming. They've been talking about this technology for years. People have seen Michael Jackson come back to life and dance on stage.
By the end of the decade. What is the metaverse? Apparently, it's the next big thing. The term metaverse, a contraction of meta and universe, refers to a virtual world in the science fiction novel Snow Crash, where it first appeared in 1992. The concept was given a notable incarnation in 2006 with the virtual universe Second Life, which became popular with individuals, companies, and brands who...
So, why is this scary? Well, people are going to be able to hack it, I'm sure, and come to your house if you leave the connection open, I think. Same thing as if it's built by man, it can be hacked by man. But we're going to be opening up virtual stores, movie theaters, all this stuff. It's all going to be a virtual reality. The whole world will be. I tried the Oculus when I was in California with Third Phase and Dark Hour. And I didn't know what to expect. I figured it was the old, you put the 3D goggles on. I've seen those where you drop your phone in it, and it gives you an okay 3D effect. But when I tried the Oculus, it plays with your senses. You really think you're in an environment. It's a trip. They have one that's called climbing. You try to climb up a mountain, and one part, it looks like you want to put your foot up there, and I went to put my foot up there for real, and I fell right into Michael. Michael's like holding me up. I'm like, oh my God, I thought it was there. This is so not fair. It's so real. It's a trip, man. It's a trip. For $500, you could leave this world and go be with dinosaurs, climb a mountain. I mean, I was literally walking up to the edge slowly and looking over the cliff, and my stomach and insides were, I'm going to fall and I'm going to die. How does that mess with your brain? It did. It was very hard for me to accept because I don't like not having control. And I felt like I was out of control being in this universe. But I loved it. I loved it. It was so much fun. Oh, no. You want to know? There's this... Oh, check this out. So, hey. Yesterday, I showed you a video of a drone that was making little flips. And I was trying to show you this is what this UFO video was. Well, come to find out, that really was a fake. It just came out, Hidden Underbelly 2.0 put the video out there and then just put an announcement out today that, here it is. This one. Says, guys, the video I posted called Glowing Cigar-Shaped UFO Sighting over various areas of Occitania, southern France. Well, Remy Galliard claims that he was behind this video and it's a fake. This is his statement about the footage. Hello, all media. 1938, Orson Welles made it seem like alien invasion on the radio. A century later, thanks to you, I just made the same hoax. Thank you. It is by doing anything that we can become UFO flying saucer. To be continued. Guys, if this is the case, I am sorry for this and I am not part of this hoax. You know what I mean? Like, what a dick. So this is the reality we're living in. Okay? Where we've got little punk bitches out there who want to make a name for themselves, dipping into ufology and screwing it up. But thank God you got me. Right? Thank God. This is part of it too, right?
This object that was seen in this region of France. Now there have been multiple witnesses. So guys, let's take a look at these 3 videos and then we'll have a real quick chat afterwards.
On va parler de Thomas Pesquet dans un instant, qui a prononcé ses premiers mots 6 mois après avoir passé 6 mois dans l'espace. Mais d'abord, le fil info, 22h50, Olivia Ferrand. 100 000 rendez-vous pris au mineur ce soir, téléphonique pour l'injection du 3e dose de vaccin contre le Covid. La réaction des Français après l'allocution d'Emmanuel Macron. Ce soir, le président annonce que le maintien du pass sanitaire sera bien conditionné à cette 3e dose pour les plus de 65 ans. Une deuxième campagne de rappel sera lancée le 1er décembre pour les personnes âgées de 50 à 64 ans. Santé publique France recense.
What? This is a long version.
Ça fait aucun bruit en plus.
Attends, mais ça.
Putain, mais. Oh merde, t'as derrière les gens.
So, and then I played this quadcopter, a very thin, streamlined. It looks like 4. So, here it is. I would think this would be. So let's take a look at look. It's like 4 circles, and the drone has lights all around the outer rim. So I think we're just seeing a drone, but I could be wrong. If this is a UFO, I mean, it would be really different than anything anybody's ever recorded in the history of UFOs, yes? You would agree with that, right? So in my life, I like to live by what's the most logical answer? A UFO showed up this close to this person, or it's somebody with a remote control drone, or something else. Could be some sort of well, I think it is. It's a drone. There's nothing else that I would think this would be. So let's take a look at what these might look like and what this might be. So you're gonna see here that at a certain angle, without the fogginess, it could look like what we just saw. Is it? I mean, I don't know, but it seems like it would be. Look at all those flips. So that's it. Excuse me, COVID. So that's it. Done. The guy said he lied about it. It's over. It makes me sad. You know, it does. I can't think of a UFO sighting that didn't have a logical explanation as of late, as of this year. I could only go by the things that I haven't seen that were reported by pilots. And some people are saying that, especially the media, saying that, what is it? The, the jetpack dude. And that is supposed to be fake now. So they're now putting that out there that it's a balloon. We talked about that earlier. I've got so many things to talk about now, so we're going to move pretty quick. All right, so here's something that's, I don't know if you guys are going to the Las Vegas Para-Unity convention, but look at all the people that are going, that are speaking. Less than a month away is the biggest paranormal convention in the country. Tickets, packages, and merch are on sale. Look at all the people. Let's take a look and see. It's a paranormal, not UFO convention. Yep, any day now would be good. Any day now. So, let's see how much they're charging. Friday, $60. Saturday, $60. 2-day pass, you save $20. A VIP and the dinner, $200. $250 to $900. Oh, okay, Jackie O. Well, thank you for hanging out. You know, I appreciate it. Have a safe and happy weekend. We'll see you soon. Thank you for supporting Goof On the way you do. And this is for you. Thanks, Jackie O. Mucho gusto, generoso. Jackie Oso. Gotta go so. See you later. Thank you. So, this is the package. Between $250 and $900. Whether you're coming alone as a couple or even a group, we've got you covered so this way you can save money and still enjoy the Las Vegas Para-Unity Convention has to offer. All these packages include both VIP dinner tickets and 2-day passes to the convention. Of course, you know, we click on it, I can't see anything. So, got me. Well, they have a gallery readings and seminars. The VIP dinner. I'd go to that. $200 for a dinner. A VIP dinner for one-person ticket and features a full Las Vegas-style buffet and private concert for all in attendance. Further details below. On the evening of December 9th at 6 p.m., the dinner featuring all paranormal celebrities that are able to appear at it will be held in the Chairman Hall of the MGM Grand Convention Center. Dinner, it's just a dinner. It's just the dinner. It's just a dinner. Now, $100? Okay. All right. That's a concert and dinner. I figured for the dinner, $35 would be, I mean, we're in Vegas. I mean, they get this shit cheap. They could have done this a lot better. $200. So that means they're doubling their money. That means that ticket would normally cost $100, so they're making $100. You know that's how it's working. It's a lot of money. Anyway, I don't want to spend time on that. It's just money well spent for you guys, right? Who's going to be there? Let's see. I can't zoom in on it. Let me copy image, save image as. Save. I didn't press anything. So let me open it up. Here we go. Where is it? See, that should... There it is. I got it now. Okay, get off. Here we go. All right. Oh, wow. Josh Gates. That's cool. Dave Tango, Jason Hawes. This is the UFO or paranormal hunters. These are the, you know, the toilet bowl guys. Steve Gonzalez. Sherry Marie Debendetti. Dustin. All these people are cool up here. Okay. This is my favorite. Kristen Lumen. I would go just for her. Seriously. I think she's fantastic. Beautiful. That's really why. Freddy Krueger? Oh, that's Ken Boggle. Sorry. Hey, Daryl. All right, guy. Yeah, you're a tough guy. Rachel Stratton. Brian Murray. Mustafa Gadalari. John Zaffis. Wow. Timothy Shaw. Oh, this has nothing to do with UFOs. Susan Slaughter. All these people I know. I don't hate any of these people. I like the paranormal community more than I like the UFO community. Chuck Zukowski, damn, this is great. I would go to that. Damn it. Why did I move? I would have gone to that. That's cool. I don't mind that. I love it. I think that's a fantastic thing. The dinners for $200, you're going to meet and sit down and eat with these people. Now I get it. That's expensive. But I would do it. I think that's worth the money. That would be a $500 weekend just to be there for the weekend. It's worth it. I would do it. Maybe I will. Maybe I will go. Just to meet Kristen. Because she was in the best paranormal ghost hunting, what was it, Ghost Cave? What was that? What was the one? I can't remember the name of it. It's been like 2 years. It was Ghost Mine. Best show on the paranormal on ghosts I've ever seen. Ghost Mine, M-I-N-E. All right. So you see the picture behind me? I'm going to play you the video that came from right now. This is an amazing story. This is just a plane takes off, obviously. I'll just play it. There's 2 stories in here I want to play, but I know I'll get hit with the content thing, but it may be worth it. Watch this. This is fantastic.
Noted in the pre-departure inspection, and the plane had recently passed a Boeing service bulletin and an airworthiness directive by 2 separate inspectors. On paper, the aircraft was in top condition and ready to go. However, as one passenger was getting on, she looked out over the boarding bridge and noticed a crack in the aircraft's fuselage, about halfway between the aircraft door and the bridge hood. She assumed the staff must have known about it and so said nothing to any ground crew or personnel. After all pre-flight checks were cleared, the plane took off without incident. The aircraft began its ascent, climbing up further and further with passengers still being shown the seatbelt on signs. As the pilots started leveling off the plane at around 24,000 feet, that's when they heard it. A boom, a huge cacophonous eruption followed by the rushing sound of wind. First Officer Tompkins' head was flung back and she saw pieces of debris like insulation foam floating around in the cockpit. It was then that the pilots looked back and noticed the entry door to the cockpit was missing, but where the first-class ceiling should have been, all they could see now was blue sky. Out in first class, passengers were clinging to their seats, utterly terrified. They'd witnessed a small section of the left-hand side of the plane suddenly rupture, which had led to explosive decompression of the cabin and 300-mile-per-hour winds ripping off the roof. Now, aircraft have cabin air systems that control pressurization, airflow, and...
By the way, that was real footage from that roof getting taken off. Did you see it?
100-mile-per-hour winds ripping off the roof. Now, aircraft have cabin air systems that control pressurization, airflow, and temperature. The higher up in the atmosphere a plane flies, the less oxygen there is and the colder it gets. So these systems are critical to ensure passengers don't suffocate or freeze on their flight. When explosive decompression happens, though, these systems stop working, which is why on passenger planes, oxygen masks drop from the ceiling. However, on Flight 243, an 18-foot section of the roof and sides of the plane had been torn off above the passenger's head, along with their oxygen masks. They were, thankfully, still strapped into their seats, but the cabin crew that had been standing there had to cling on to anything they could to prevent being swept off their feet. But tragically, one didn't make it in time. Number 1 attendant, Clarabelle Lansing, was immediately swept out of the hole that appeared in the left side of the aircraft.
Anyway, pretty wild. Just because they had schedules to keep and other things like that, even though there was a hairline crack, that part of the airplane, if you watch the rest of it, I can't play it all, but that part of the airplane didn't need to be inspected for takeoff or something. It wasn't on the dossier, is it? Is that what they call it? The work order? Anyway, there's another one. Another catastrophe that'll blow your face apart. Check this out. I gotta play. This is just amazing. That's the crew that survived what we just watched. But check this out.
June 10th, 1990, a British Airways flight traveling from Birmingham to Malaga set off with 81 passengers and 6 crew on board a BAC 111 aircraft. Co-pilot Alastair Acheson and Captain Timothy Lancaster were experienced airmen who'd clocked up almost 2,200 hours of flight time on BA 111s and had no issues during takeoff. At 17,000 feet, they loosened their belts and informed the cabin crew they could prepare for meal service. Air steward Nigel Ogden entered the cockpit 27 minutes into the flight to ask what the pilots wanted for breakfast. But then, without any warning, the unimaginable happened. 2 of the left-hand side cockpit windscreen panels suddenly blew out, and rapid decompression rocked the plane. Every loose object that wasn't strapped down was sent hurtling through the cockpit, including Captain Lancaster. His body was horrifyingly sucked out of the plane head first, but his feet were caught on the control column. The explosion had also ripped the cockpit door off its hinges and smashed it into the center console, blocking essential instruments. Because the captain's feet had dragged the control column forward, the plane's autopilot disconnected, and the aircraft dropped down into a nosedive. Without a second to lose, Air Steward Ogden leapt forward and grabbed the captain's waist, just in time to stop him from being pulled all the way out. As the pressure equalized, the wind began roaring back in, causing a tornado of debris in the cockpit and pinning Captain Lancaster against the top of the fuselage.
Oh my God!
Ogden held onto the captain for dear life, but co-pilot Acheson couldn't reach the essential controls. As the plane dived down, he sent out...
So what happened was 2 other stewards came in, or steward, whatever you call them, and they were holding on to the captain who's hanging outside. Meanwhile, the plane's flying, right? And they were at 24,000 feet when it happened, or 20,000 feet. Anyway, the temperature was 1 degree Fahrenheit, and they were, yeah, that's right, they were going 300 knots at the time. So the captain, who you see hanging outside the window here, started to lose feelings in his arm. He was getting frostbite, and he started to lose consciousness. Well, other people came in, pulled the door off the panels, and they wound up landing the plane. But the captain, as a matter of fact, they thought about letting the captain go because they thought it was cruel to watch him die, and he was slipping away little by little. So they thought they might just let him go. But the co-captain, the co-pilot said, no, that's disrespectful. We're going to hold on to him, and if he dies, well, that's the fate. But we're not going to let him go. When they landed, He was unconscious, and as they're moving him, here, I'll play that part. Watch.
Lancaster. He'd been battered against the outside of the plane in temperatures as low as minus 1.4 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes.
God.
There was no hope for his survival. And yet, as the paramedics removed his body, he opened his eyes. He was alive. Despite his ordeal, he suffered little more than frostbite, a few bruises, and a couple of minor fractures. After a brief stint in the hospital, he returned to service just 5 months later.
Unbelievable.
It was, in a word, miraculous. Now, I'm no aviation expert, but I'm pretty sure jet plane windscreens aren't meant to pop out like that.
The reason that window came out was because it was corroding, and one of the guys who does maintenance on it decided to take it upon himself to replace the window, but he noticed that the screws had corrosion on it because they fly over the sea air and it corrodes everything, and there was corrosion on the screws. So he decided to put new screws in and signed off on himself, which was okay back then. Not anymore. They changed the way they do things. But what happened was the screws that he used were too thin. And when it got to up where there was a lot of air pressure, the window just detached because the screws really weren't in all the way. So he used the wrong size. There were 19 screws and they were all the wrong size. So he screwed up. Pretty amazing because of deadlines and wanting to get things done, we cut corners, but that was just a pure accident. Anyway, nothing paranormal here. I just wanted to play something a little bit cooler, realistic, things that we never hear about. Pretty wild stuff. All right, so I'm going to swing you back to some unsolved mysteries that can't be explained. And let me see here. This is from Unexplained Mysteries. And let me get this one here. This has to do with UFOs. This is a good one. So check this out. Let me get this over here. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and goosh.
Two figures were helping a third one out of the head of the statue, which had been painted side on. Now you may wonder whether this was simply a matter of imagination. Perhaps Denon had wanted to add something a little different to the painting, but of course nobody knows for sure, as it was the 18th century and the beauty of both aviation and drone imagery had not quite yet been invented. However, in the 1920s, aerial photography had become possible, and lo and behold, what appeared on the Sphinx's head, a hole big enough for a man to fit through. Naturally, this made Denon's painting all the more interesting. It appeared he'd actually seen people climbing out of the Sphinx, which begged the question who was in the Sphinx, and what were they doing? Not a lot is known about the history of the Sphinx, or at least there isn't a lot of definitive knowledge, but researchers have noticed that the head of the Sphinx is made from different materials to the rest of the statue. The head appears to be made out of a man-made substance rather than limestone, hence the darkness of the stone of the head compared to the body. Furthermore, the Sphinx's head has hardly eroded, and appears smoother than its body. This again points to the idea that the head was somehow interfered with.
Oh, I played the wrong one.
Maybe long before any Western peoples ever knew of his existence. But this still doesn't answer the question of why those men were in the head of the Sphinx. $200,000, where he established the National Institute for Discovery Science and installed substantial surveillance. At the time, he may not have realized what he was getting himself into, but this would be the start of an ongoing investigation, one in which has opened his eyes to some of the more mysterious things living on our planet. This ranch is known as Skinwalker Ranch, and researchers and investigators who have conducted tests on the ranch have said there's something going on there, with various people coming forward with their impossible to explain encounters, that in their opinion points to the fact that there's something otherworldly going on in and around this ranch. Bigelow and his team of researchers ultimately experienced more than 100 incidents on this property, but could not amass evidence that would be credible for scientific publication, something that other researchers who investigated the ranch also struggled with. Bigelow later sold the ranch in 2016 for $4.5 million. When Bigelow has been interviewed about the ranch, he's gone on to detail that there's definitely a presence there, and seeing a mysterious portal and unidentified flying objects isn't uncommon. In fact, when he was interviewed back in 2017, he was asked whether he believes in aliens, in which he responded, "I'm absolutely convinced." He was then asked, "Do you believe that UFOs have come to Earth?" He responded with the following: "There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence, and I spent millions and millions of dollars. I probably spent more as an individual than anybody else in the United States."
You know what? I'm stopping this. I'm bored. It just bores me. I thought it would be something else. It's not. All right. Okay. Here we go. This is the video I meant to play. Damn it. Yep, this is the video I meant to play. But I thought that would have been a good one. Let's go here. I don't even want to play that, to be honest with you. I don't know. What's wrong with me? I'm not in the mood to play these. Let's see if this one... All right, I'll play this one. This is better. Slapped Ham does a pretty good job. All right, I want to watch this one and I want to hear what you think. What do you think is going on with this? This is good. Is it good? Is this good? Are we being duped? I don't know.
Mysterious, it's because it shows something strange in the picture itself. Perhaps a ghostly figure lurking in the background, or even a UFO inadvertently captured flying through the sky. However, this video takes the concept of a mysterious photograph to a whole new level. Watch the clip and see if you can spot anything unusual.
Back here. Watch the picture.
As the child moves about, keen-eyed viewers may notice a framed photo of a man in the background. His head and shoulders are clearly visible and he appears to be wearing a suit and tie. However, the next time the camera pans back to the right, the photo seems to have changed. While it appears to still show the same man, he's suddenly much closer and none of his tie is visible.
So what do you think's going on here? Anybody want to take a guess? Because I think I know. All Slapped Ham videos are real. Polar Bear, this is about learning on what to look for. Of course they're not all real, but some are. Some are genuine. Paul, you won. It is. It's a digital photo frame. That's what I said. Ah, very good. That's amazing, you. Look at you, man. You win it all. See? It can't be the Matrix or a camera trickery. It could be camera trickery. Triggery? Did I say triggery?
Of course, there could be a logical explanation for what we're witnessing. Perhaps someone quickly switched out the photo for another, or alternatively, the image could have been tampered with in post.
He never says, Slapped Ham guy. He never says it could be a digital frame. That's what it is. That's what it is. Very good, Paul. That makes sense. That's the most logical explanation. See? I knew you were guys are good. Now, I don't like this. See, I don't like a lot of these where people go ghost hunting and they think they see something, and they see a shadow in the distance, and then it moves, and it looks like the girl from The Ring or something like that. All that shit's fake.
Other than it seems to have been captured somewhere in Japan. In the brief clip, we can see a crane demolishing a building. At first, it doesn't appear to show anything out of the ordinary. However, if you look closely, just as the camera pans down, you may be able to make out a shadowy figure standing just inside the building. Take a look.
この家の人たちはこのような少女に全く心当たりがないという。
While the poor quality of the clip doesn't help, if you slow the footage
Where?
down, you will see that there's definitely something there.
Where? Oh my God.
The ghostly, human-shaped figure lurks in the darkness and doesn't seem concerned at all that the building is being demolished around them.
Of course! It's probably a worker.
Surely if this
Let's
was
get out of this
on
one.
your baby monitor one night to hear your child talking to someone that wasn't there.
Yeah.
In this post by Asylums that was featured on the Instagram account Small Horror Candy, we can see a screen capture of a baby monitor. The baby's pupils look like they're glowing and they have dark shadows around their eyes, nose and mouth. While the image itself would be enough to give any parent a fright, the unnerving appearance of the child can likely be explained away as the result of the camera's light and shadows in the room. However, it's the accompanying story that's a little harder to dismiss. The text on the screen explains that the camera is usually pointed towards their daughter. However, she likes to play with the device. On this occasion, they had to move it. Yet, for some reason, when they checked the camera, it was again pointed directly at their daughter's face. They also noted that their child usually falls asleep talking to herself, though the parents are now beginning to suspect that she's actually talking to someone else. While this situation might be the result of a series of unnerving coincidences, it still could be a good idea for these parents to set up a second camera elsewhere in their daughter's room. Perhaps it might be able to confirm whether there really is something paranormal at play here.
That's it? Oh my God, I just wasted another 5 minutes of time. I gotta tell you, when you watch these things when you're high, they just seem a lot better. All right. I'm going to play you the most awesome alien creature that you'll ever see. And I consider this the best evidence ever. And I don't know why I can't put this in anywhere. What happened? Here we go. This is the best video evidence ever of an alien in the ocean. And then here's another one, another weird one, which is real. This is so cool. What we have in our oceans is similar to things I think we would find on other planets. We, humans, think we're the smartest of everything out there, right? But we have no idea what's going on in the ocean. We've only scanned about 5% of the ocean. Look at that. What the hell is it? Look at that thing. It's eating stuff. It put it in its mouth. It's a different form of octopus or something. Ocean X. Yeah, that I think it was. By the way, everything you see tonight on Goof On, all the links will be in the show's description. Look at that! Oh my God! What? What is that? Oh, that's a plant. Oh, I thought that was the object. They're gonna grab it. Oh no! What? Talk about weird. Do we not live on an alien planet? I ask you, do we not live on an alien planet? We've got it here. Everything, I think, I really do. I think the aliens live in the ocean and Antarctica. Honest to God, that's my instincts telling me that. I want to thank everybody tonight. I know it was a different kind of show, but Saturday in the UK is a lot of fun. Next time you see Goof On Monday, it'll all be different. So I want to thank the super chatters. Chris Rogers, thank you for that. What's that? Guy was about, so no chat. Here's another $5 from Scotland. Thank you, Chris Rogers. £5 right at the end. Thank you for the super chat and the support. Thank you guys. And also the moderators. Thank you. You guys make this show run smoothly. Veterans and newcomers alike. Thanks a lot for hanging out. We got up to 183. Man, I almost want to keep going, but we can't. We got to end it sooner or later. But I thank you very much. If you like the show, come back, subscribe, please. You don't have to, I'm just saying. But this way you get all notifications. Don't forget, you can still support Goof On through PayPal and Cash App, or become a patron. So thank you, everybody. Like, share, subscribe. We'll be back Monday for sure. And the Patreon's got a video tomorrow, if everything goes well. But there will be a video. I'll do my best. There will be. Have a good weekend, everybody. We'll see you soon.
I don't know what you're complaining about. All you have to do is go to sleep.
Thank you.